Okay, so tonight we had the Dallas Wings taking on the Las Vegas Aces in Michelob Ultra Arena. Ultimately, Dallas Wings lose this game. Aces get the dub, so the score is going to be 99-84. And let's talk about it. First off, we talk about one of my goats, Paige Bueckers. She played 37 minutes, had 25 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steal, no block. 57.9% from the field, 11 for 19 shooting, 0-3 from 3, 3 for 3 free throw, only 1 turnover. We take care of the ball, good assist to turnover ratio, 3 personal foul, and 61.5% true shooting. On to some of my favorite plays for Paige. So this is the first one, nice little mid-range jump shot. Paige's bread and butter, so we'd love to see it. Next up, a layup right here, cash. Then this was another midi right here, thank you. Then we had this mid-range right here, thank you. Another mid-range right here. And then I think this is kind of like a fadeaway moment. Great mid-range right here. I love this shot. I think this is like another layup right here. I like this shot. This might have been her and one. Next up, another layup. Had this. This might have been the turnaround jumper that she had in the game. So yeah, she had a turnaround jumper in the last game too. I thought that was a great shot. Then right here, another midi. And then another midi right here. Okay, so living in the mid-range as always. And something for Paige is she has the second most games in the WNBA this month with 25 plus points and 5 plus assists. Okay, so we love to see that for Paige. Here is Paige's pregame fits. To those who care, always like to show, always like to show. So my overall thoughts for Paige in this game, really enjoyed her performance. You know, I thought that she looked sharp out there, just taking some difficult shots, making them look easy. We know that she lives in the mid-range, so that's something that you love to see, seeing her get to the basket as well. So I thought it was just some good stuff with the shot selection. We were super efficient from the field, 57.9%. True shooting was great, made all the free throws. So I was happy with those things. And then we had 6 assists. So again, we being generous, we getting the teammates involved as well. I feel like the last couple games, I've really liked her defense specifically and stuff. You know, this game we had 3 steals and stuff, and so yeah, and I just rewatched the Seattle game. Okay, so I thought that she had some big stops, like that one that she got, I think it was like at the end of overtime. Like that was a big stop that she got on Izzy Scheideman. So just appreciating those things. I thought she had some really nice contestant stuff with Chelsea Gray, making her have to take difficult shots, and just some hustle plays. So just always enjoy to watch her play the game. You know, really solid two-way player, my point guard. Okay, so this is a really good game for Paige. Shout out to Paige. Now on to AZ. Okay, so she played 32 minutes. She had 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steal. Not her best day from the field. I kind of think what happened was there was at least like 2 or 3 times where she got fouled and didn't get the call. So a lot of people talking about, oh, AZ should drive more so she can get more foul calls, and she still didn't get free throws because they don't call stuff. So like that's for 1. For 2, had some good looks that happened and not gonna win at times. And then I think for 3, they just didn't really get involved enough in the game. Like they'll get her opportunity, but then she's not touching the ball for 5 minutes at a time, and so then she gets cold. So again, I just think that there needs to be more of an assistance to get her involved early in the games, and she had a shot early in the game, so I was like hoping it would be something like that. But I just think it's there. I think there needs to be consistency with her touches. I mean, we saw what happened last game, and she had 17 touches and stuff like that. Like AZ should be like 12 through 15 touches per game. There's no reason why she shouldn't be. So I think just being frustrated with those things, you know, I'll say that. And yeah, and also I think that she had some good defensive moments as always, you know, always appreciating what she brings there. We had 2 steals. So I did leave here with something at the end of the day, you know, had a good play. So, you know, I'll take that today. But it just gets frustrating because it's like they got to get her more involved, you know, consistently and all those other things because it gets to a point. This was the pregame fit. Okay, so wanted to show. And then this was the back. So wanted to show the pregame fit for AZ. Now we go on to Arike. Okay, so she played 29 minutes in this game. 4 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, no steal, no block, 10% from the field, 10%. 1 for 10 shooting, 0-5 from 3, 2 for 2 free throws, 1 turnover, 4 personal foul, 18.4% true shooting. Okay, what excuse are y'all gonna have today for Arike? Because bad shot after bad shot, brick after brick, it just gets hard to watch. And like I said, if Arike is not making shots, she doesn't really make contributions elsewhere. 1 rebound, 2 assists, bro. Her defense is terrible, and we foul and we foul and we foul. And I think that the challenge that he used for her at that moment was dumb. Why wouldn't you save your challenge for the 3rd or 4th quarter? So I didn't understand those things. But yeah, again, it just gets painfully obvious that we need to trade Arike. And again, y'all might say I'm being harsh. You have to watch the games to understand what I mean. Because whenever he had subbed her out and then when like we started playing better, even when she was in and then they were just, you know, like passing to each other, you know, you see how much better that the offense looks. It's just bad for the team. It's bad for the team. And you see the hashtag construction worker. Okay, she's a shot chucker. It just gets to a point for me. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I feel like Jose's not really feeling it. So that's why he subbed her out for that time. But then why put her back in? I just feel like he should have just benched her for the game, because it was obvious she wasn't really being a key contributor and helping the team. It really hurts the team at the end of the day with how she plays. So being frustrated by that, like, she's not going to change. I just don't know how many times we need to see her do the same thing and continuously shoot us out of games and not provide much outside of scoring. And even when she does score, it throws off the entire rhythm and flow of the offense. No, like, I should have just benched her instead of it. Like, trade Arike. I don't know what else to say. 4, 1, and 2 in 29 minutes. It gets to a point for me. I gotta show this for Arike as well, but she's averaged 6.7 points, 23.1% from the field in her last 3 games. Says a lot. All I'm saying. Now we're going to Jessica Shepard. She played 35 minutes, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 72.7% from the field, 8 for 11 shooting, no 3, 6 for 8 free throws, 2 turnover, 3 personal fouls, 75.8% true shooting. So for the most part, she had a good game. I would say there was some bad turnovers and stuff she had. I could see what she was trying to do with it, but I hate the turnover, so I will say that. Defensively, had a couple good moments, but defense still isn't where it needed to be. I think that they definitely called some phantom fouls on her whenever she actually didn't foul. So I don't know. I'll say those things. To take a look at everybody else, Zaza, 13 minutes played. She had 8 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 60% from the floor. So it was actually decent. I agree with people that he should have rolled with her at the end instead of Arike. So I really don't understand those things because I think sometimes that one offensive foul, she was able to get called on Chelsea Gray, so she did that. Made some good buckets. So I felt like, the decision-making has been better from her at least the last 2 games. So I thought she had some decent minutes. Awak, she played 21 minutes. She had 8 points, 2 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, no block, 87% from the field. For the most part, I thought she had a good game. I thought that she played some good defense on Asia. She was forcing her to take a lot of contested 2s and like mid-range shots, so I was happy with that. I think that they definitely called some phantom fouls on her when it came to defending Asia, because why did she have 4 fouls? She might have fouled Asia once or twice, and that's me being generous, because I thought for the most part it was pretty good defense, like hands straight up and stuff. I think there was like a time where they found her for a transition moment, so kind of like those things, I think that she was able to bring a positive impact. I would like to see more rebounds, because only 2 rebounds, I don't like those things, but yeah. Lee played 7 minutes, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, no block, 50% from the floor. I thought she had good minutes. I would like to see her play a little bit more tonight. Talked about Arike. Maddie, 12 minutes played, 2 points, 1 rebound, no assist, no steal, 1 block, 33% from the floor. Again, it's just the defense is bad and the shot selection. It got to a point where we were taking anything. So I don't know. I wasn't that pleased. Shook Sun, 7 minutes played, 3 points, no rebound, no assist, no steal, no block. Is that 100% from the floor? I'm not sure. Alicia Clark, 8 minutes played, no points, 1 rebound, no assist, no steal, no block, 0%. I wasn't pleased either. And then Odyssey out, Haley Jones out, developmental. Land was out with the concussion today, and Costanza was out, developmental player. For the Aces, Asia Wilson played 32 minutes, had 32 points, 9 rebound, no assist, no steal, no block, 57.1% from the field, 12 for 21 shooting, 0-1 from 3, 8 for 11 free throws, 2 turnover, 3 personal fouls, 61.9% shooting. My takeaways on Asia in this game, I thought she hit some great shots, objectively. Like I said, I felt like Awak was forcing her into some tough contested 2s, and she made those. I think she made some stuff at the basket, so I think that just the shots were falling for her tonight, and there's only so much you can do defending her, because like I said, she's probably still going to have 20 anyways. So I think she did everything with that and everything. I definitely think that there was times where she was foul baiting, to be honest with you, because 11 free throw attempted. I think we only fouled her once or twice maybe in the game, to be honest with you and stuff. But that's just my opinion there. Like I said, Asia Wilson, one of the best players in the world. Obviously, what she can do on both ends, what she can bring to your team and everything. So yeah, I just think she was on from the field. Capitalized at the free throw line when she had our opportunities. We rebounded the ball well with 9 rebound. So I think multiple things can be true, if that makes sense. So that's my takeaway on Asia. Jackie Young, she played 32 minutes. She had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, no block, 66.7% from the field, 4 for 6 shooting, 2 for 3 free throws, 10 for 10 free throws, 4 turnover, 3 personal foul, 96.2% true shooting. So, she had some tough shots for the field. I want to give her credit for that. I like Jackie. I do think that there was times when she was foul baiting as well. And it was what it was. Made the free throws and everything, but we were 10 for 10. So I'll say that. Chelsea Gray, 33 minutes played. She had 12 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists, 1 steal, no block, 45.5% from the field, 5 for 11 shooting, 2 for 5 from 3, no free throws, 5 turnovers, 3 personal foul, 54.5% true shooting. So yeah, not her best day from the field. Still found a way to be a contributor. When double figures, she had 9 assists, so it's good things for Chelsea Gray. Going to everyone else, Cheyenne Parker-Dias, she played 17 minutes. She had 13 points, 2 rebound, 3 assists, no steal, 1 block, 57% from the field, so she was efficient. Liz, 30 minutes played. She had 4 points, 11 rebound, no assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 25% from the field, so didn't shoot it well, but rebounded well. KB had 10 points. I'm surprised. Joe Lloyd, 8 points. Reed Turner had 0 points. Talbot had 0 points. Dana Evans out with the left leg, Kennedy Carter out with illness, Janai Barker out with the right leg. Now we go into the box score for this game. First quarter is going to be 17-28, second quarter 22-21, third quarter 24-22, and then the fourth quarter is going to be 21-28. Aces win this game 99-84. Now, biggest leads, we had a 2 lead in the first and a 20 lead in the fourth quarter. Now, on the biggest runs, Aces had a 15-2 run in the first. We had a 15-4 run in the second and third. The Aces had a 13-4 run in the third and the fourth. Best player streaks, Paige Bueckers with 6 and Asia Wilson with 12. Advanced stats in this game, we shot 34 for 70 from the field, 48.6%. So, really not as bad as I would think actually watching the game, but still missed some easy stuff. Our three-pointers was terrible. We were 2 of 21 from 3, 9.5%. So, it's a huge reason why we lose. 14 for 16 from the free throw line, 87.5%. 13 turnovers committed, 30 rebound, 18 assists, 2 block, 21 defensive rebound. We had 3 offensive rebound. And then 14 points off turnovers, 52 points in the paint, 8 fast break decision points, 7 second chance points, 7 steals, and 25 personal fouls. Now for the Aces, they shot 32 for 60 from the field. I forgot to mention this, but we had 10 more possessions and we made 2 more shots. Okay, so that's also on us. They shot 8 for 18 from 3, so better. 44.4%, 27 for 33 from the free throw line, 16 turnover, 42 rebound, 20 assists, 2 block, 28 defensive rebound, we had 7 offensive rebound. Now we had 20 points off turnovers, 40 points in the paint, 16 fast breaker transition points. We got killed in transition, 10 second chance points, 5 steals, and 20 personal fouls committed. Okay, so now I kind of talk about my overall thoughts. Why did we lose this game? Before I forget, we got killed in transition, we got killed in rebounding, and we turned over the ball too many times. So those are 3 reasons why we do not win this game. You also have the fact that I believe Jose played Arike for way too long. He should have won with Zaza down the stretch. There should have been more of an assistance to get AZ involved early and get her field goal attempts up. So you have those things as well. So yeah, I think we just made it harder than it needed to be on ourselves, honestly, with the mistakes that we made. And I feel like they capitalized with those mistakes at the end of the day. Also, we shot terribly from the 3-point line. We only made like 2 threes the entire game. In the first 2 times we played them, we just been a lot better from 3 and we were more efficient from the field overall. So I think when you couple those things up, I think that that's a huge reason why we lose this game. I think that that's the main reason why we lose the game and everything at the end of the day. So yeah, like I said, also I feel like they were just calling some fanciful fouls for the Aces and stuff, and like the Aces were playing at home, so those things are to be expected and everything. So yeah, I think multiple things can be true at the same time. I'm not going to say that the free throws is the only reason why we lost the game and everything. I think it's just frustrating when they be calling fanciful fouls, but I think that those 3 things were very pressing issues, obviously. And so, yeah, I mean, offensively, kind of talked about why I feel like Arike needs to be traded and everything, but it's just, I'm going to title this something like the problem is obvious, the issue is obvious, because it really does get to a point when you see how much the offense gets thrown off and everything. So yeah, I think there's just sometimes we took some bad shots. I would like to see our bigs get in the paint more and stop taking so many threes. I mean, it just gets frustrating. Our transition game, they did a good job kind of taking us out of transition, which is the big thing. We weren't able to play as fast, and I feel like sometimes we tried to play too fast, and then we turned over the ball. And you could see the ideas what they were trying to do, but too many turnovers, not enough made baskets at the end of the day when you had 10 more possessions and you only made 2 more shots as a team. So not feeling those things. I feel like I kind of talked about in my preview on my other account. I'll tag in the caption, NSH250_, just about how we needed to key in on transition defense in general. Weren't able to do those things. Okay. So yeah, it just gets to a point, like I said, I'm tired of Kurt Miller sitting on his hands and doing nothing. And maybe he's waiting until after this road trip and we get back home to make some trades and make some big stuff happen. I really hope so. I don't know. I'm just speculating at the end of the day. But like I said before, and I say every single review, there's no way that you can see how this team has played and the personnel that we currently have and employ and think that this is going to be good enough. It's not at the end of the day. It's just not, and it's frustrating to see what happens there. Arike playing so many minutes and stuff, the backbreaking mistakes that we made in this basketball game and everything. So you say those things, it's pretty obvious what needs to be done. I need them to pull the trigger. I'm tired of people making excuses for Arike. I'm really tired and everything. So yeah, you say those things. Like I said, I thought Paige was tremendous. So you say that as well. I feel like for me personally, I kind of made peace with the fact that we probably weren't winning this game. I talked about it in my preview about how I personally felt like the Aces were due for a win after we beat them the first 2 times at home and this game was at their place. So I feel like that obviously is a factor, when they have it at their place. So I think that that's something there. And we just didn't do what we needed to do at the end of the day. We didn't take care of business. And for me, my hope is that, we didn't play up to our standard. And usually when we play bad, we play better the next game and we take care of everything. And we play the Lynx. And we lost to the Lynx twice already this season, and we're just due for a good shooting game against them specifically. So hopefully, we play better against them and we get the win. So for me, I'm willing to take this loss and everything because I just had a feeling in my heart and hope that we come up with the next one. Obviously, it's frustrating how we lost and how we played in the game and everything. But I think, part of me kind of just made peace with it at the end of the day. And again, the personnel is not going to be enough. We need a true wing, okay? We need to trade Arike. We need to get AZ at her natural position at the 2 and everything. And I think another thing that's frustrating for me is we saw the blueprint of what was last game with the Paige and AZ backcourt, with him benching Arike and all those other things, and, the good things that can come from that. And then we don't do the things that made us successful in the last game. So yeah, having to be better on both ends at the end of the day. I mean, our defense, we didn't do what we needed to do. We're getting killed in transition in the game, like I talked about. Whenever you consistently go under the screens, whenever you give up straight line drives, whenever you give up threes as well, and you leave them wide open and you're not even there to contest as well. I think that those are big problems, obviously. And yeah, not having Lan obviously hurt us with her being in concussion protocol and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jose definitely deserves some of the blame tonight for the rotations and stuff that I talked about earlier, because he was doing anything. It was just inexcusable what he put on the floor with the rotations and stuff. Also, player execution. I think multiple things can be true. I just keep saying a lot of different things. Wanted to say this for the Aces as well. I think they had more energy than us, at least in the first half. Like I said, they made more threes. They capitalized with that. I think they got more from the bench than they typically do. Like I said, the bench typically hasn't been a big factor, but they were able to kind of do those things and just capitalize on the opportunities, capitalize on the mistakes that were made. I still think that the same things with the Aces do apply and everything at the end of the day, like actually watching this game. But I do think that those are some things that the Aces did to help them win the game. But that's going to be it for my review. Please let me know what you guys think down below. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Anastasia25. New episode of my podcast is out, Anastasia Scouting Report as well. So you guys can check out those things. Oh, I forgot to talk about, I got my new nails done. So they are giving. I forgot to show my last review. Let me know what you guys think. That's my opinion.